All right, now, normally, it's not just many black people in the crowd. Don't hold, my hands is ashy. Don't hold this against me. I work with cardboard. That shit will dry your hands out. You know, black ladies is always calling me out. I was at Wow Wow one day. I was in line, you know, I'm just buying my shit. And I just hear somebody like, I know you ain't come out that house with your hands ashy like that. Sound like one of my aunts. I know shit, but she was talking to me. And I was like, you know what? My dick pretty dry too. You want to help me out with that? No, I would never. Some my cat people like. None? 1, 2, 3. See? Yeah, as a large black man, I get that. I can't be a cat man. I can't like cats. Motherfuckers expect me to have pit bull puppies in my pockets at all times. They hit me up, I got these bully mixes. Like felines, I don't know. John was talking about Dahmer a little bit earlier. A friend of mine was telling me about the show. I haven't seen it yet. All right. I haven't. I like to watch shit like 3. I still haven't seen Game of Thrones. I'm wearing a whole Spider-Man outfit, so you would think I would have seen Game of Thrones. Like you would think I would have seen it. But you know, he was telling me about the Dahmer show, and he was like, "Man, you got to check it out. Like the cinematography is great. You know, it's really atmospheric. There's no music. They really draw you in, and it's really chilling." It's a white dude, and he's like, "Yeah, that Dahmer, he's one of the greats." One of the greats. He's like, "Yeah, man, he's at least top 5." And I was like, "Top 5? You talking about this motherfucker like he Larry Bird? Should I be worried about you? Am I going to end up missing?" I hope not. So Kanye West has been in the news. I don't know if you guys follow that. I don't have much to say about it, but he got in trouble for talking shit about the Jews, you know. He said that they controlled access to the banks and the media, and you know, to punish him, they took away his access to the banks and the media. But I would never talk shit about the Jews, all right? I owe the Jewish community a lot. But the Jewish girl took my virginity, believe it or not. Yeah. And I'm uncircumcised, so I'm pretty sure she can't even look at one of those kind of dicks. I'm pretty sure she can't even get into heaven anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jews sacrifice a lot for me. So yeah, like John said, I came up from the Lehigh Valley, Easton, Pennsylvania. Anybody familiar with it? Easton? Okay. I'm not from here originally. I moved here when I was a kid. I was about 12. When I first saw it, I was like, wow. This is like a quaint one-horse town. But upon 2 decades of further inspection, clearly that horse is on heroin. Maybe Oxycontin or Percocet. At the very least, that horse is a functioning alcoholic. You know? But I was born in Newark, New Jersey. Anybody familiar with that place? Jersey! Yeah, Jersey in the house, Brick City in the house. Yeah, you know how we do it. So that means I had bills in my name when I was 9. Started drinking Hennessy when I was 12. I didn't know what I was going to do because of the bills. Couldn't get a job. Now, my mom hates that joke because I didn't have bills in my name. My mom had a good mom, hardworking, God-fearing lady. But some of my cousins have yet to financially recover. You know what I'm saying? And some ain't shit aunts. You know what I'm saying? What can you do? You guys follow the news? America has been being America as fuck recently. I don't know if you noticed. You know, like in Ohio, they shot a black man unarmed 60 times. Police killed him. Yeah. There was all these school shootings. There was a shooting in the Mall of America. What's more American than a shooting in a mall? What they do, ladies? They overturn that Roe v. Wade. What's next? Are we going to end women's suffrage? That's the right to vote. Yeah, you shouldn't laugh at that. All I'm saying is The news is scary as fuck. The only way it can be less scary is if they let Morgan Freeman do it. Yeah. No matter what he said, I would feel all right about it. He could come on and be like, 42 children died in a fiery crash. They were unloved and will not be remembered. They will be buried at an they will be buried in an unmarked grave at an undisclosed location. Oh, fuck that. Yeah, the news is wild. You see that lady, the NBA player, WNBA player, Brittany Griner? A lot of WNBA fans in here? See, that's why they don't get paid as much as the men. It's y'all fault. All you ladies in here. You don't got, none of you own a WNBA jersey. That's the reason she's in Russia in the first goddamn place. All right? Because she only makes $220,000 a year to play basketball. You know? Terrible, right? It's not a lot of money to play basketball, I guess. Seems like a lot of money to me. I don't know if you guys follow basketball, but she at one point said that she could beat NBA player DeMarcus Cousins in a one-on-one. Anybody ever hear about that? She believes this. I don't. But if she comes out of that Russian gulag after 10 years,
she might do.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Alec Baldwin was in the news. You guys know who that is. Alec Baldwin, he was in Beetlejuice. He was in the news. He was. He was in Beetlejuice.
Who did he play?
That one nigga with the eyeball on his finger. You know what I'm talking about? Shit was crazy. Practical effects. They don't do that no more. But Alec Baldwin, he killed somebody on a movie set.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is weird because he usually only kills during his SNL monologue.
Yeah.
That nigga's funny. But I don't know if you guys remember this. In the 90s, he was in the news because he left these voicemails to his young daughter. You know, she's like 11 or 12 at the time. Nasty messages, like calling her a fat little ungrateful pig. Saying shit a father should never ever say to a daughter, right? But in hindsight, she kind of got off easy, right? Like, killed her. No, seriously though, I joke around, but I make my jokes, but I stand behind Alec Baldwin, you know, because I'm damn sure not going to stand in front of that motherfucker. Yo, so what was the dominant news story of the last, couple years? COVID, right? When I first heard about it, I didn't buy it. We all heard of SARS, the West Nile virus, the bird flu, the motherfucking bubonic plague, all this shit that was going to come here and destroy the American way of life, but it never did. But then COVID happened, you know, and the world shuts down. But America was still going strong, so I'm like, all right, whatever, big deal. But then America shuts down, and I'm like, oh, this is different. But I was still working, and I got like a $7 raise. I think the most money I ever made in my life. It was crazy. And I was shipping women's clothing. Somehow that was essential throughout the whole pandemic. Never shut down my facility, e-commerce. But then, and I had a selfish thought because I'm an only child, right? So I had a thought like, at least no one I know personally had COVID, right? Because this was in the beginning when it was scary, right? But then both of my parents got it. Now I know what some of y'all are thinking out there. Black guy with 2 parents, good for him. He's ahead of the curve. But yeah, it's crazy. In that short time, I went from being a non-believer in COVID to potentially becoming a homeowner. 2 life insurance policies, I would have hooked that bitch up. I go check on my parents, be downstairs like, oh yeah, this wall's gonna come down. Put a skylight in here. Let's get the bay windows. That'd be a nice way to honor mom. Meanwhile, she's in the other room like, I can't smell anything. Nah, but they were fine, so still in the apartment. Now, that was a crazy time. I actually crashed my car during that time. Like, it's fucked up. I was on my way to a job interview. I crashed my car in the fucking parking lot of like, on my way. Like, all I had to do was park and go in the building. I would have made like $30 an hour. You know what I'm saying? But I crashed. Which goes to show you never try